Good evening, everybody. I appreciate the invite for being here. My name is David McCray. I'm running to be your next state treasurer. Before I get down to business on why I'm running, there's a couple of things I want to say. First and foremost, campaigning is a team sport, and without the help of my wife and the love and support of her, that this would not be possible. She's back in the back of the room. I can see working away as I'm speaking, so that is a good team player, and I appreciate it. Second, I am currently supported by 30 Trump chairmen and women of Mississippi, as well as I am endorsed by Governor Phil Bryant, and as well as the 2016 finance chairman for Trump in Mississippi. Now, what this means to me is that Governor Bryant and these men and women know that an outsider business person like myself can take control of the state treasurer's office and help move us in the right direction for the next 4 years. So, as your next state treasurer, what I would like to do is make our taxpayer dollars go further. When you think of the state treasurer's office, you commonly think of it as an accounting office. Well, it's not. It's a finance office. And you commonly think of it dealing with unclaimed property and our college savings program. Now, those are two important functions of the state treasurer's office. However, equally as important is the state treasurer handling our investments and our bond and credit rating. Well, that's what I do on a daily basis. As managing equity partner of McCray Investments, I deal with Wall Street on a daily basis. I know Wall Street's games, I know their tricks, but most importantly, I know how to take advantage of Wall Street, and I know when the market is right for our investments, as well as I know who to call in New York to get what we need done here in Mississippi. Now, a lot of people ask, well, David, you're coming from the private sector. Why else are you running for state treasurer? Well, I have 3 kids. Madeline, who's 8, Henry, who's 4, and William, who's 3. I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for your children. I'm doing it for your grandchildren. I'm doing it for children not even born yet, because Mississippi needs to be put on good financial ground for the next 4 years, the next 8 years, and for years to come for future generations. So as your next state treasurer, there are 4 things I want to accomplish. First, I want to look at our investments from the top down and make sure they make good financial sense. They need to have a great rate of return, and they need to take advantage of the strong national economy. Now let's look at the national economy today. We're at 26,000 points. We're close to 27,000 points under President Trump, an outsider like myself. Under previous administrations, we were at 15,000 points. Now, when we were at 15,000 points, we would lose 400 points, 600 points, and we would think the recession was coming back. But now we lose 600 points, we shrug it off. We make it back in a day. We make it back in 2 days. It's not a problem because our national economy is strong and healthy. There is no reason in my mind that Mississippi's investments should take advantage of the strong national economy while we have a chance. It's not going to last forever, therefore we need to take advantage of it today. Second, we need more efficiency and transparency. And what I mean by that is, what I plan to do as your next state treasurer is to have on the website quarterly and daily reports so that you know who is managing your money, how it's doing that day, and why it's doing what it's doing, whether it's our national markets are not doing well, or global markets, whatever is happening, and why our investments aren't achieving or are achieving what needs to be done. Third, we need to make sure our bond and economic incentive packages make good sense. If I, as part of the bond board, am giving away taxpayer dollars, then I need to make sure that the companies we're giving them away to hire Mississippians as much as possible and are good corporate citizens of the communities in which they're part of. And finally, customer service. As part of the McCray department store family, the hallmark of McCray department stores was customer service. And that's what I want to bring back to state government. My employees will be educated on the issues regarding the state treasurer's office. They'll be happy to answer your phone calls and emails. And if they're not going to do it, I'll do it because I'll be there every day. On August 6th, I hope to have your support. I'm a conservative Republican, I'm a Christian, I'm a family man, I'm a businessman. My name is David McCray, and on August 6th, I hope to have your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank MML for hosting us here with this. I am Buck Clark, running for state treasurer. I'm from Hollandale, up in the Delta. I've been a practicing CPA in public accounting for the last 40 years. I've also been married for 40 years. Those two things kind of go hand in hand. 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and I lead the singing at the Hollandale Methodist Church every Sunday. For the last 16 years, I've served in the state Senate. For the last 8 years, I've been the appropriations chairman in the Senate. So I look at everyone in the municipal business as fellow appropriators. You know what I was going through at the state level. I appreciate the job y'all had. Now, what I am proud to say is this, at the state budget level, when I got in 8 years ago, where we were as a budget, had a lot of one-time monies in the budget. We had very little rainy day fund. 8 years later, we have record revenues at the state level, and there was a little tax cut in between there. We have the largest rainy day fund the state's ever had, going to be $500 million, and we have no one-time money in that budget. I'm just proud of that. It's not to say we don't have plenty of needs in this state, but we had to get the state's financial position in the best possible position it could be, and that was my job from where I was looking at in my office. During the appropriations process, that's dealing with about 110 different bills. The treasurer's office is one of them. So I'm very involved and have a lot of knowledge of the treasurer's office. Treasurer's office is like running a business, about 40 employees there. I've had about 40 employees in my CPA firm for the last 40 years where I've been a partner. The use of technology is important in the treasurer's office. In the CPA business, new tax programs are a necessity every year, so I'm used to the transition of new technology, and I'm still trying to figure out the new tax law. If any of y'all have that figured out, please let me know, but we're still working there. The 4 main jobs a treasurer has. One is moving money around to the proper place when it needs to be. I have worked in cash flow analysis for 40 years for clients and in government. Paying the state's bond indebtedness is a very important part. Tending to that, collecting the bond proceeds, negotiating rates. Unclaimed property. I know there was an unclaimed property booth here in the exhibit hall. That's a very important part that continue to be in the treasurer's office. Also, a new thing that's arisen is at the federal level. The federal government is holding millions of dollars in unclaimed savings bonds. Millions are in the name of Mississippians. And I know Lynn Fitch has worked on this, and treasurers from all over the country are going together telling them to turn that money over to the state treasurers who handle unclaimed property. So I pledge to work on that as we go forward. Last part is the college savings plans. I hope you've bought something for your child or your grandchildren. Another important part of the treasurer's office is serving on many boards and commissions. One of the most important is PERS, Public Employee Retirement System. My first 2 terms in the Senate, I was on the Finance Committee, so I had knowledge of that side of PERS. In the last 8 years, I've been on the funding PERS side, so I have a lot of knowledge of PERS. I've met with the past director, the new director, many of the board members, and if you notice what happened in the budget this year, we have a record budget. The first item that I agreed to or demanded was going to be put in there was the funding for PERS. I know that was passed down to all you at the local level too, but that cost the general fund $62 million. Before any pay raise, that was the first thing we put in there was to take care of PERS. And I know for the federal, at the local level and special fund agencies, that's about another $38 million. So PERS will be in the best shape it's been. Overall, it's getting the state of Mississippi in the best possible shape it can be. Wind pool board is another thing. I know you people on the Gulf Coast know about affordable home insurance policy premiums, and the serving on the wind pool board is another important job of the treasurer. Again, I'm Buck Clark. I believe I have a unique set of qualifications and experience with my experience as a CPA and in the Senate, especially running the state budget for the last 8 years. And I hope you'll consider me on August the 6th. Thank you.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank MML and the voters and the municipalities for allowing us this opportunity to share the change that we want to make as candidates. I am Addie Green. I'm running for your state treasurer. I'm running to handle your money. I say I'm running to handle your money. It seems as if no one has been handling your monies because in our state, we are in the red. And so with that, I want to handle your money. I want to stop us in the state and this nation from rewriting arithmetic. That means that you're not adding, you're not subtracting. Our budget are in the red in our municipalities, in our state, and in this nation. The monies I want to see, I want to develop, the trickle down from federal, from state, from the municipality to the community. We ask our voters to go out and vote for us. And once they elect us, they don't get anything. Half of the people in this state and in this nation, they are in poverty of the monies that's supposed to trickle down to our state, our municipalities, in and through our budgets. I want to make sure that I'm able as the treasurer to handle your monies from the college perspective, to set up model programs with our college students so that they are able to help train our elected officials to help them with the budget so that the money can trickle down from the legislators down through our federal government. We need a change. In that change, we can make a difference to make sure that poverty don't run down in our community like a mad dog. I'd like to take this opportunity to say to you that I'm the mother of 3 children. I have 6 grandchildren. And in that, I have been contributing voluntarily as an elected official, election commissioner, alderman of the town of Bolton. So I paid my dues. I have been working in my church as a treasurer of my church. So I ask you on August, as a Democrat, to go to the polls. As a Democrat in November, I'm the only Democrat in this race. And I'd like for you to waddle to the poll and take your children with you. Thank you very much.